My grandmother was right. The boogeyman was real.
It's over.
We can't hurt anyone ever.
The saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode continues in the next scary chapter of the Halloween series. Halloween Kills is an upcoming American slasher film. The film is a sequel to 2018's Halloween and the 12th installment in the Halloween franchise. The film is produced by Jason Blum through his Blumhouse Productions banner, alongside Malik Akkad and Bill Block. The film is another thread in the Halloween movie franchise, which is not ended yet. Expect to see a lot of death and blood and gore. What more can you expect? We produced this video for you after taking a look at the trailer. Enjoy! Before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. What is Halloween Kills about? Announced on July 19th, 2019 by John Carpenter, Halloween Kills will be followed by Halloween Ends. Before the release of the 2018 film, Danny McBride, one of the writers, in June 2018 confirmed that he and David Gordon Green, director, had originally intended to pitch two films that would be shot back to back, but then decided against it, waiting to see the reaction to the first film. By February 2019, Scott Teems was hired to co-write the script. The film's title was announced in July 2019, along with its sequel. Principal photography commenced in September 2019 in Wilmington, North Carolina. Minutes after Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis, her daughter Karen, Judy Greer, and granddaughter Allison, Andy Matichak left masked monster Michael Myers caged and burning in Laurie's basement. Laurie is rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, believing she finally killed her lifelong tormentor. But when Michael manages to free himself from Laurie's trap, his ritual bloodbath resumes. As Laurie fights her pain and prepares to defend herself against him, she inspires all of Haddonfield to rise up against their unstoppable monster. The Strode women join a group of other survivors of Michael's first rampage who decide to take matters into their own hands, forming a vigilante mob that sets out to hunt Michael down once and for all. The trailer. The opening shot of the trailer shows a house ablaze. We can hear the flames, and then we hear sirens. We then see a hand holding a knife. The hand and knife are covered in blood. We then see the three main female characters and assume that one of them, probably Laurie Strode, is holding the knife. Karen is saying no, 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 as the fire brigade races towards the burning house. The trio are on the back of a truck. Laurie shouts, "Let it burn!" We next see shots of the fire brigade doing its work at the scene of the fire. One fireman falls through a floor into the basement. His buddy holds out his hand for the one who fell through to hold on to. All we see next is a gloveless hand reaching up and grabbing hold of the rescuer's hand. We assume that it's Myers. The following scene is of Myers walking out of the burning house with flames swirling over his head. He is holding some type of melee weapon and is looking at the fireman. The scene changes to one where Myers is lifting a fireman off of his feet with the melee weapon embedded in his stomach. Another shot follows as a POV shot where Myers hits a fireman through his face mask. The fighting that follows is bloody as we can expect from Halloween movies. Now the Universal logo appears on screen, followed by Miramax and Blumhouse. The scene changes to someone washing blood off of their hands, and we see Laurie in a hospital bed. Now we hear Allison's voice saying, "My grandmother was right. The boogeyman was real." It appears next that Laurie thinks Myers is dead, but we see a shot of Sheriff Parker looking at the scene of the dead fireman. We see policemen walking amongst the bodies of the slain firemen. Next, we see Myers terrorizing some local couple in their house. Meanwhile, Sheriff Parker is telling Karen that Michael Myers is still alive. The scene of Myers terrorizing the local couple continues as he stabs a fluorescent tube through the woman's neck. Laurie discharges herself from the hospital, obviously still in pain. Karen points out that she had a stab wound in her stomach, but Laurie will not be stopped. You and Allison should not have to keep running. Evil dies tonight. The following scene shows Myers has kidnapped a woman. With the following shots, we figure out that the women are now hunting Myers. Lonnie is in a car with Cameron and Allison and is telling them that if one tracks Myers' victims, the trail leads straight to Myers' childhood home. It is obvious Myers is heading towards where he grew up. We are thinking the final showdown will be in his childhood home. Now we hear powerful, focused music and clips of Laurie and people from town preparing to fight Myers. Allison is saying, "Let's hunt him down." In one clip, shots includes hundreds of people demonstrating in town, and Laurie's pointing out that Myers is flesh and blood. That is a departure from earlier movies where Myers was supernatural. Laurie does, however, point out that a mere man could not have survived the burning house. Laurie says, "The more he kills, the more he transcends." Another female voice says, "He is the essence of evil." The whole time, the fast-paced music is playing in the background. Next, Next, we see a few shots of Cameron fighting Myers, followed by shots of Allison fighting Myers. He's trying to force a long knife into her throat, and she says, "Do it," then louder, "Do it." We then see a series of shots where Karen has Myers' mask. She's holding it out to him and asking, "Do you want your mask? Come and get it." The next scene changes to Laurie walking with her bloody knife down a passage. One can hear her saying, "I'm coming for you, Michael." Then the trailer comes to an end with the word October on the screen. The cast of the movie: Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode, the sole survivor of Michael Myers' 1978 killing spree, suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. She is Karen's mother and Allison's grandmother. James Jude Courtney and Nick Castle as Michael Myers, or The Shape, the masked figure who carried out a horrific massacre on Halloween in 1978 and returns to Haddonfield for another killing spree. Erin Armstrong portrays a young version of Michael Myers in flashbacks to 1978. Judy Greer as Karen Nelson, Laurie's daughter and Allison's mother. Andy Matichak as Allison Nelson, Karen's daughter and Laurie's granddaughter. Will Patton as Deputy Frank Hawkins, a sheriff's deputy stabbed and run over by Dr. Sartain in the previous film, who arrested Michael following his initial killing spree in 1978. Thomas Mann as young Frank Hawkins. Anthony Michael Hall as Tommy Doyle, Lindsay's friend and one of the kids Laurie babysat in 1978. He was previously portrayed by Brian Andrews in the 1978 original. Kyle Richards as Lindsay Wallace, Tommy's friend and one of the kids Laurie babysat in 1978. Richards reprises her role from the 1978 original. Robert Longstreet as Lonnie Elam, Cameron's father who bullied Tommy Doyle as a child in 1978. Tristan Eggerling as young Lonnie Elam. He was previously portrayed by Brent LePage in the 1978 original. Nancy Steven as Marion Chambers, the former assistant to Dr. Sam Loomis. Stevens reprises her role from the 1978 original and the now unrelated films Halloween 2, 1981 and Halloween H2O 20 years later, 1998. Charles Cyphers as Lee Brackett, the former sheriff of Haddonfield who lost his daughter in the 1978 killing spree and pursued Michael alongside Dr. Sam Loomis. Dylan Arnold as Cameron Elam, Allison's ex-boyfriend and Lonnie's son. Jibril Natambu as Julian Morrissey, a young boy who escaped from Michael's killing spree in the previous film. Drew Shade as Oscar, Cameron's best friend who was a victim of Michael's killing spree in the previous film. Omar Dorsey as Sheriff Barker, Haddonfield's sheriff. Brian F. Durkin as Deputy Graham, Haddonfield's deputy. Production and release date. Some points regarding the production. The movie commenced filming on September 16, 2019. According to a film permit obtained from the city, there will be a news reporter scene giving updates on the events of the 2018 film. Filming in Wilmington on September 20th to the 21st involved a car wreck scene. We are reasonably sure that will not be the only car wreck scene though. Additional photography included simulated gunfire scenes on September 27th, September 30th, and October 1st. Expect a lot of gunfire in the movie. Additional filming occurred on October 16th, 2019. Filming concluded on November 3rd, 2019. In an interview with Andy Matichak, it was revealed that filming was planned back-to-back with Halloween Ends, but did not occur due to the intense schedule. This film and Halloween Ends 2022 were both pushed back a year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Halloween Kills will be released on October 2021, and Halloween Ends 2022 will be released on October 2022. Halloween Kills was originally set to be theatrically released on October 16th, 2020. In July 2020, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it was delayed to October 15th, 2021. It is scheduled to have its world premiere at the Venice Film Festival on September 8th, 2021. That is the end of the video for today. What do you think about Halloween Kills? Feel free to leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Be sure to return for more videos like this one. Until we see you again, take care.